Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the last day of the 12 days of Planmas 2024. This is crazy. I have so many feelings right now. I am a little bit tired, but at the same time I'm so excited for this video for you guys to see. We can get to talk at the end of I show you my last planner that is kind of like not set up. I am just gonna talk to you guys about my plan for this. And we're going to talk a little bit about the overall 2024 lineup, my feelings about it. And yeah, so let's start with this video. Oh, the last day. It has been a long way coming. But if you don't know me, my name is V. I made so many videos about unboxing, stationery, planning, fountain pens, inks, paper, anything related with this topic. And if you don't know, this is video 12, meaning that I have been making videos every single day for the first 12 of December, and I call them Planmas because I show different planners that I have been using or I'm gonna be using for it next year. So here is the thing, okay? Here is the thing. I am gonna be using this one. This is the Starbucks Reserve Roastery Tokyo. I do have this one. This one has beautiful charms in here. This one has the roastery thing in here. It has a little coffee cup and it has a little coffee bag in there. So it has 3 beautiful charms. I'm gonna be using this one for language learning. And again, if you are new in my channel, you may not know this, but I love language learning. I speak 3 languages fluently. I speak Spanish, English, and Japanese. I used to live in Japan for 5 years. And after that, I started learning many other languages. So I have studied around 9 languages, and I'm in different levels with them. But it's a hobby. It's not like a requirement for me or anything. So I stop and start and stop and start and so on. So I'm always learning languages. For next year, I really want to focus on Korean. I've been learning Korean for a long time, but then I stopped when I got my current job because I was busy and there were so many things going on in my life. But I want to come back into learning Korean, maybe Mandarin. These 2 are the ones that I really, really want to be able to speak. But the thing is, I'm moving soon. Let's just leave it like that. So there's many things going on right now that I'm busy. So I haven't really set up this one, because I don't want the pages to be blank. But I did get from my school, I graduated from the University of Barcelona. I got my master's this year. And I got something that is called Rosetta Stone. And I am going to be learning in there. So I do have 2 inserts in here. Oh my goodness. And a sticky note that shouldn't be here. I have 2 inserts in here. I have this one by Travelers Company. That's why it's not completely set up. This one in here is just a monthly, but this is a blank monthly because I want to do a plan again for language learning. And I don't know if I'm going to start in December, if I'm going to start in January, exactly what's going to go on in here. So I haven't set it up until I know exactly that I have the specific time to sit and do this. But this is allocated for language learning. So basically in here, I'm just going to take notes of any kind of classes that I'm taking. I love when I learn languages to use sometimes some tutors online because I can have that one-on-one conversation, and I haven't done that in a while. So I'm excited to do that. So it's going to be a lot of classes, if it's any online, if it is any about Rosetta Stone and so on. So that's the plan for this one. That is why it's completely blank. This is the only planner that I haven't set up fully, and that I'm really excited about because it means that in January I can come and set up this one. So yeah, it's just the monthly one for next year. And then I do have this other blank notebook. This one in here is by Sarika Studio, and I do have a discount code by Sarika Studio. I have to leave the discount code in my description because I never leave any discount codes, but I do have from some companies. So I have one from Sarika Studio. The cover in here, this plastic cover, is also from Sarika Studio. I really love this. It has these beautiful leaves in here with gold details, and it's so pretty. So this in here is just a graph paper notebook, and if you have been seeing every single video I have posted these 12 days, you know I'm a big graph paper girly. I love this. Is my favorite design for paper. I use blank sometimes too, but graph is my cup of tea, or dotted. But because these ones are really thin, I hate so much when I buy a notebook and it's lined notebook and I cannot open it up, and when I open it, it's like 7 millimeters. That's huge. My handwriting is really small. So the thing, or the way that I'm gonna be using this one, is just basically the classes. I'm gonna be taking notes in here and exactly what I'm learning, and gonna do a lot of practicing here. So this may change. There may be other ones that I'm gonna have. I was thinking I still have other inserts depending on when I start. I may only use this for everything, or I may also add another inserts and just have one for vocabulary, one for grammar, one for writing and stuff like that. So this is the plan for this. This is language learning. Last year I did have a whole language learning setup that was already really pretty, but this year I just wanted to show you exactly the cover I'm using for that, and the inserts that I have, and the purpose. So this is my last planner. I end up in a really boring way because this is not completely set up, but I love this cover, the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. So yeah, this is the last planner I have. I don't think I have anything else. I have many other notebooks for other things, but I show you guys so many during these 12 days. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about 2025 and exactly how I feel about having multiple planners. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like online, and I apologize, okay? I apologize if I'm part of the problem, but I see a problem that is in the stationery community, and is that we all get FOMO, okay? If I see someone doing a system, of course, I think, oh, that system is going to work for me. If I see someone using a planner, oh, I love that planner is going to work for me. Same with the stickers. We all want the same stickers. We all want the same inserts. We all want the same everything. It's a community that, even though we don't try, the way that I share my things, I don't share them with the intent of you guys to go and buy the exact same thing that I have, but it's more like sharing. I just love to share my things with you guys. But this being said, this year I struggle a lot because last year I started with this plan. I was gonna have multiple planners, one for each of the things, because that works for me. But then during the year, I did a lot of planning hopping because of this same reason, that other people were posting videos, and I got a lot of FOMO, and I also got a lot of like, oh, I want to try that out. So I did a lot of experimenting. In the end of the year, I have so many pages and so many notebooks that are blank because I just didn't stuck with my idea. This year for 2025, I just want to go with the thinking that I have many planners. I'm going to make the best use of it. I do have blank notebooks. So if I have any urge to moving into those, I do have rings. I do have a Heeellooo, I don't know, Firenze, I think that's how you post it, that I got from a friend. We did a little exchange. I still love it. I use that one as a reference planner. That's more like personal, so that's why I don't show it in here, because that has a lot of my household and stuff information, so I will never show that online. But I do have that rings. I also have some Archer and Olive blank notebooks. So if I ever feel like I need to switch planners, I'm just gonna experiment around and play with those. However, I really want to start with what works for me, and I think my brain works in so many different ways. And maybe your brain doesn't work like that. Maybe your brain says you need to use only one planner, and that's it. One planner, one journal, that's it, no more. My brain needs change. My brain needs a constant kind of like dopamine of just moving from this planner to the next one and to the next one. And during the day, that's what also keeps me like really excited about planning. So that's why in these 12 days, I show you guys many planners. All the planners, I do have different reasons to use them. And I am just excited. I have been using them in December. And some days I don't use one of them. And that's okay. I'm trying to embrace what works for me. And I'm trying to embrace that I'm someone that loves to have different planners. And not someone that just wants to jump here and there. with new systems. I don't want to do that for 2024. I do have more than enough planners and more than enough notebooks. So I just want to focus on one system for one specific project and move in between those systems. So for example, move from the Honishi cousin a bag during the day and go into the Honishi cousin weeks at night, or move for the 5-year test show today this weekend, and then next weekend instead of doing that one, I'm gonna go and do the hours studio. So that's my jumping around that I want to do, is within my own set of planners. So let's see how that works for 2025. Hopefully you guys don't get me into buying anything else, because this is the plan I have. Again, if you are someone that is using one planner, please just keep what works for you. And yes, it's okay to get inspo from other people, but to be honest, like sometimes, like if you see this planner, for example, this is a standard size planner, okay? And if you see this planner and you have a Honishi weeks, let me show you from yesterday. The sizes are completely different, okay? This one in here is kind of like an A5 tall, but it's narrow. And then this one in here is way smaller, okay? And sometimes we are like, oh, they have a traveler's notebook. I want to move into a traveler's notebook, but I'm used into a Honishi weeks. I love the size of the Honishi weeks. So when you go into the traveler's notebook, the pages are going to be way bigger. As you guys can see, there is also wider in here and a little bit taller in here. So you have more space. That can work good or that can not work good for you. So try experimenting. I will say, like, maybe like if you want to really spend money, just buy really cheap notebooks that are like a A5 size, a A6 size, and just play around with those. I'm pretty sure if you have an A5, you can literally draw the same size as this one, and try to plan in that one before you purchase this. I'm someone that I am really guilty of spending a lot of money on stationery. You guys have seen this 2024, I spent tons of money into stationery, and I am even doing some de-stash on Instagram. And while I have been going through all of these things that I bought this year, I realized that most of it was from FOMO. I really want it because everyone else wanted, and I don't want to keep that in 2025. So hopefully for 2025 there's gonna be less unboxes from me. Like, I already canceled some subscriptions. I only have one, and I'm going to allow myself to buy some items like the covers from Travelers only if I really want it, if I myself want it, not if someone else want it. So that's the conclusion I wanted to give you for the 12 days of Planmas. Like, do as it works for you. And before you spend tons of money on a notebook, and then you spend tons of money on a planner and the cover, try to see if that specific size and that specific design will work for you. If you ever need any of the kind of like measurements, I can try. You can just send me a message on Instagram and I can try to measure this for you. So you guys can do the same kind of like setup and try it out in an A5 to see if it works for you, because these things are expensive. This hobby that we are in is really pricey, okay? Like, each of these Travelers Company covers, they are really pricey. You cannot find them for like really cheap. And people that are reselling them, they are really expensive. Same with the Honishi. You can find dupes. You can have in there like the keyboard that is really cheap. I really love the keyboard as well. But the Honishi itself, they are pretty expensive items. If you don't have the means, you can get in a lot of debt, and you can also get a lot of like guilt that is like, oh, I spent it, now I cannot resell it, and I don't want that for any of you. So as a conclusion of these 12 days of Planmas, I want you to be a little bit more mindful. If you don't have the means, do not purchase any of these. I don't want you to take any of my planners and say, I'm going to buy it because Veronica bought it, because Veronica is using it, and this is what works for her. Please, let's start 2025 in the community with less FOMO. That's what I wish for myself for next year, because every store is going to like release items every single month. There is some stores in there that every single month they release some items, and every single month is the same marketing strategy. This is the only batch we have. If you don't buy it, you're not gonna get it. And we cannot just keep up with all of that. It's over consumerism, and as I mentioned, I have been guilty of that. And right now in 2024, 4 in December, I'm feeling really shitty about it because I spend a lot of money on things, and some of them, yes, are pretty, but I don't use it. It doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna be better at that next year. I'm gonna try to start with these ones. And if you guys see me playing around with other journals, like, let me tell you, I have so many notebooks that are blank. I have so many journals that are blank that I purchased this 2024. So I'm not gonna try to purchase any more planners for next year until the end of the year. So please keep me accountable. The things that I'm gonna buy is maybe covers and phantom pens and maybe stickers, but I already have a big pack of stickers, so I'm gonna purchase only if I already use some of them, and I'm just gonna do that. So please keep me accountable. This meaning many of the videos that I posted this year were a lot of unboxings. So next year, depending if I don't have much to say, I may reduce the number of videos that I post per month and per week. Instead of 3 videos a week, I may post only 2 or even 1. But yeah, this is all for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys that little conclusion. Thank you so much for watching these 12 days of Planmas. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy my planners and this system. So that's all. Let me know what you guys think about this kind of culture that we are in this planner community. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear you. But that's all. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy December, and I will see you guys next time I post a new video. So that's all. Happy 12 days of Planmas. Bye bye.